Hello, I'm doing this week's presentation on the scopes, or monkey trial as it is also known, which took place in Dayton, Tennessee in the summer of 1925. And in addition to the references that I'll be using from the Library of Congress, I am also going to be getting a lot of my information from this book here, Summer of the Gods by Edward Larson, which is his book that is based on that famous trial that took place.
The theory of evolution by natural selection, first formulated in Darwin's book On the Origin of Species in 1859, is a process by which organisms change over time as a result of changes in heritable physical or behavioral traits. Changes that allow an organism to better adapt to its environment will help it survive and have more offspring. The trial of John Scopes was between a high school teacher in Tennessee. It was for teaching the theory of evolution in violation of state law. The trial was held in 1925 with eminent lawyers on both sides. Bryan for the prosecution of Clarence Darrow for the defense. It was in the summer of 1925 in which the city of Dayton, Tennessee became the setting for one of the 20th century's most contentious dramas, the Scopes trial or monkey trial, that pit William Jennings Bryan and the anti-Darwinists against a teacher named John Scopes into a famous debate over science, religion, and their place in public education. That trial marked the start of a battle that continues to this day in Dover, Pennsylvania, and other counties such as Georgia, and many other cities and states throughout this country. It was Edward Larson's Summer for the Gods, which received the Pulitzer Prize in History in 1998, which is the single most authoritative account of a pivotal event whose combatants remain at odds in school districts and courtrooms today. In page 37 of the Summers of the Gods, Larson describes Bryan as when teaching against evolution, which capped a remarkable 35-year-long career in the public eye. He entered Congress in 1890 as a 30-year-old populist Democratic politician committed to roll back the Republican tariff for the dirt farmers of his native Nebraska. His charismatic speaking ability and youthful enthusiasm quickly earned him the nickname the Boy Orator of the Platte. Also, Larson mentions in his book about the movements. The Holiness movement, which grew out of Methodism to form a variety of small Protestant denominations, certainly clung to the Bible as true, but stressed personal piety and Christian service over intellectual issues. Pentecostalism, which was then entering a period of dramatic growth that would last throughout the century, built on solid premillennialist and holiness foundations, but set them wholly rolling by emphasizing the miraculous work of the Holy Spirit in the lives of individual believers. Both groups brought to the anti-revolution crusade an army of loyal foot soldiers ready to fight any public school teachings that threatened to undermine the religious faith of their children. And the result of the famous Scopes trial ended with John T. Scopes, the defendant, being found guilty, although the verdict was later overturned due to a technicality.